where I could stand in the middle of Fifth Avenue and shoot somebody and I wouldn't lose any voters, okay? It's like incredible.
Called.
You said you were the chosen one. And I said, you were.
Some religious radical.
When Jesus was falsely accused of treason, Pontius Pilate gave Jesus the opportunity to face his accusers. During that sham trial, Pontius Pilate afforded more rights to Jesus than the Democrats have afforded this president in this process.
Some blasphemous individual
I am the chosen one.
that wants to take advantage of people, has some big bank account somewhere that they're taking whatever possessions that followers can get. I wish you'd show me where that bank account so that we could use it.
My God, how can anybody say the Republican Party is anything but a cult at this point? Let's take a quick look at Lindsey Graham. He was a guy who, during the Clinton impeachment, was all gung-ho, Clinton has dishonored the office, we need to restore honor and dignity. And what has Donald Trump done? During the debates, he insulted Lindsey, he insulted his manhood, he insulted his friend John McCain, he gave out his cell phone number, and Lindsey now is his little lapdog. He has no self-respect, and now, he refuses to convict Donald no matter what. He's basically stated that he's not even going to be an impartial juror. He's not going to be fair during the trial, which, it's a violation of his oath of office, but that's one of the characteristics of cults. People give up all their integrity, all their values, and simply follow the leader. Okay, up next, vacant-eyed Rick Perry. This picture is a really good picture of him. It captures the fact that he isn't very bright, and it also captures the fact that he can unironically say that Donald Trump is the chosen one. And, yeah, you gotta mock these guys. You can't take this seriously. You have to make people who believe this stuff be embarrassed to say it. Good old Barry Loudermilk. He just stated that Pontius Pilate allowed Jesus to confront his accuser. What kind of nonsense is that? Did he also read him his Miranda warnings? What kind of absolute nonsense is that? It's absolutely ridiculous. This guy, if he's going to be religious, he needs to read the Bible a little more and thump it a little less. What kind of ridiculous nonsense is this? And what's sad is that I don't think it's going to hurt him with his base. I don't think it's going to hurt him with evangelicals. But, yeah, these are the kind of people you need to mock. You can't allow this kind of nonsense to spread. It's time to put it in check. And, of course, the worst of the worst, Donald Trump. The guy who says he can shoot someone on Fifth Avenue. The guy who's threatened nuclear war with North Korea and Iran. The guy who wants to kill the whistleblower. And let's not forget, Jim Jones had apocalyptic thinking. He did these drills where he'd give people punch, tell them to drink it, then tell them, oh, you only have an hour to live. And then he'd say, hey, I was just kidding, it's just a drill. But we know how that turned out. And, like they say, those who don't learn from history are doomed to repeat it. So I wanted to close out this video with this picture because it's emblematic of something that the Trump administration has brought back. Not only has he brought back hatred, but he's also brought back fear and division. And let's not forget that's what Jim Jones would do. He would turn people against each other, and he would use fear, before the final event where everybody killed themselves. He said, hey, they're going to parachute in here, they're going to torture you, they're going to torture your children, they're going to torture your seniors. And, what has Donald done? He's talking about the Mexican invasion, about Muslims, about this and that. And, yeah, so remember this picture when you think of Donald. Remember that he's using fear to divide you. And it's time to say no more. Goodbye, Donald. Goodbye.